and gentlemen, you may remember this team from that one time I did a demo for an engineer, and the guy, an individual in the comments went ahead and said, would you discuss my soldier play? And I was all like, yeah, sure, why not? And that right there was an example of what not to do as a soldier. That's besides the point. Anyway, welcome to another demo review, and I will be talking seriously here and actually discuss what you could have done differently there. I don't know why you jumped back exactly. I'm not sure if you were moving to reposition yourself to get some health. But what we got loadout wise, we have black box escape plan gunboats. Gunboats aren't super necessary on the old maps here because you took one rocket there and you got to the front and you've already healed. Well, the medic healed you for that damage, but you nearly healed that up. I'm guessing you're building at the moment. I'm assuming your team's now going to hold on second, so you've taken the roof and you're going for the back stairs. This is generally a good idea because they will harass your team from back here and you need to be able to jump back to the roof. This is not a bad idea. Conch is generally a good choice with the black box. Gunboats aren't super important because it'll take 2 rockets to heal it off. Get some spam on the medic here, and the med dies because of that with your help. Wait, who did you kill? Bismuth? You actually killed the medic. It didn't actually show on the screen, but you got the medic kill there. That was good. It's good positioning, this is. Holding back here. Back on the roof. And getting over here to help out with the cart. That's good. And you're going to go back, I'm guessing? Yep. Other than the first point, which was kind of weak, you were positioned in the right place. You were standing where you wanted to be, which was on those rocks and in that general area. You're attracting attention to yourself here, but you do have the high ground. This soldier hasn't even hit you yet, or if he has, he did so little damage it didn't even matter. You've now got these back stairs locked down, he's getting over heal. You are healing it off. Yeah, that was good. Get out of there nicely. Now here's the problem here. He's got more rockets than you, but you are playing this very well. Nicely done. This is solid soldier play. You do need to be mindful of the cart and everything. You are distracting people. Your spy got a good pick there and dropped the medic. Spamming into them. Keep attracting their attention, harassing. See, the problem is if you had Conch here, your gunboats were good and everything. If you had Conch here, you could have potentially pushed into them and maybe took out the heavy and the sniper with that Conch. You're doing enough damage that you don't need gunboats on because you've got a medium pack here with you. And you could just quite easily have a banner of any description probably charged by now with the amount of damage you've splat out so far. Soldier isn't going to get the kill here, that's good. Pack respawns just in time. It's solid soldier play, it's good distraction. And you're harassing. Be mindful of the pyro coming up here who won't willingly walk upstairs to get you, I doubt. This is very good. I like. They are ignoring you, which is a problem for them. And now you've got the spy here, and you're trying to bait people in. I'm assuming this was intentional. Oh no, the spy's gone. And then on the med is brilliant. Work with your flanks. Spy isn't technically part of the flanks, but work with him. Work with your other teammates. Be the distraction. Be the bait. I do that a lot as engineer, as sniper. I'm assuming he got called out. You're cleaning house. This is very solid. It's the black box spam technique, and you could have put a banner on here, and you could have pushed in with damage resistances, you could have pushed in with speed and extra health, you could have pushed in with mini crits and no fall off, you know. It's all up to you. I'm assuming you called spy there potentially, maybe. I don't know, this is very good. Harassing the medic out, not getting the kill but getting the damage. Scout's trying to get you here. You kill him quite easily. Your survivability is very impressive. That's something that people generally underestimate as soldier. People will bomb in and suicide. And if you get the med pick here, I know you only got 3 rockets. That's the downside of the black box here. Yeah. 4th rocket would have helped you out there, but your survivability was significantly increased by the black box, which is obviously what it's there for. The entirety of second there was incredibly solid. Drop gunboats, put a banner on, because you could have done more work with a banner. Gunboats is nice. Obviously, for shit like that, you're a significantly better rocket jumper than I am. That's the one thing I don't really have as soldier. The ability to rocket jump successfully. But this is very, very good so far from what I've seen. First point was a bit of a shambles. You did get backstabbed and you were punished by the long respawn time, but that was a purely circumstantial thing here. You're trying to hold boiler, but no one's here to support you, at which point you die. Where does the soldier usually hold on third? He's generally around the boiler doorway, so you're doing the right thing there. Your scout probably should have been up there with you, potentially to help out. Use a bit of free cam here and have a little nosy around, and you're back up. You're very fast, which is good. Well, occasionally. Not sure where you're going now, though. Practicing rollout, I'm guessing. Not sure what that was exactly. Oh well. Ideally, you'd want to get here as quick as possible, but even if it's messing up jumps and stuff. Oh yeah, soldier holds up here, doesn't he, and defends the sentry and prevents bombs. You can potentially peek boiler due to the fact you can't be one-shot by headshots. You've just got to be aware of the fact that if the sniper's scoped in, he can one-shot you. Getting general spam out's good. You want to be harassing the boiler area though, you want to keep people from coming through that. I've just seen people moving through there and the spy caught you out. There should be a dispenser in the stairwell, let's just check that real quick. It is not there. Maybe been blown up recently, I don't recall, and I can't remember which cam is first person, I think it's this one. Your solid play on second is making up for the fact that this has been somewhat weak on third. You were caught out by the spy a couple of times, which is fair enough, and you probably shouldn't have gone so aggressive into boiler. Playing but making people push into you as a soldier, he is marked as an offensive class, I believe. I think, yeah. Soldier's considered an offensive class, but he plays very, very well defensively. So you're playing on the high ground here. You've got to watch those stairs, be aware that people can come onto you. Clearing cart out, and you now have a heavy with fists out in your face. This is the downside of the black box here. This is pretty ridiculous right here. The heavy just abandoned his medic. I'm going with hashtag just iron things, I think. Oh, this is shit. Yeah. I don't know what to say to that. I really don't. But fourth point, you should be in map room. We'll go with that. Fourth point, you should be in map room. That was baffling that you got the med pick and baffling that the heavy didn't die a lot sooner than that. But I suppose that's the downside of the black box being 3 rockets instead of 4. And he was overhealed. So, yep, you're going for the right place, but better rockets would be better. You could have hit that mini sentry, by the way, there. Get down map room, yep. And careful if you go peeking this corner, a heavy could be waiting right around it. And tell your team to push up a bit here, as long as tyres are clear. This is good. Don't get too aggressive, though. And get dispenser pick potentially. Don't overextend because whilst you can rocket jump and you're very quick, I'll go on the flanks. This is good. While your combo's distracting, you can get round into the window here and harass. Holy lag, Batman. Go for the dispenser. Yeah, nice. Get rid of buildings. Teleporter next. That's solid. You took a lot of damage from the mini though. You could probably stood back and still got the telly. And he's here to challenge you. This should be an easy clear up without his mini to support. Just don't stand. I think if you stand further back, you could have got away from that. I don't know. That's an odd angle. It's not seen all that often, so I don't know if you could have got away from the mini sentry. But getting rid of the old teleport and everything is quite useful to do. It's relatively significant. Generally allocated to the spy, but played on the flank while your combo was pushed up. And here goes your engineer. Pyro should have been with him really, or closer at least to home wreck the sentry because it was just the sapper. As previously mentioned, going for map room. Weird teleporters there for some reason, don't understand that exactly. Careful on this corner, it could be sticky trapped or mini sentryed. Now you've got to back up and call that the combo is potentially coming into map room here. You want to be in the upper ground. Oh good, everybody has seen the Sins video. It's just good harassment, but you need support up here. At least you get our scouts here to help you, that's good. You're going to struggle against a heavy. Yeah. You wanted to be in that upper balcony area before the heavy even came in. you knew he was coming that way, you want to sort of fall back and don't let him sort of pressure you out too early and be forced to try and rocket jump or go out the window. You want to be in a position to spam him out, and you may have caught that teleporter as well. I don't know if you saw that or not. Go clear up on the cart. Get rid of the heavy if you can. This is the downside of the black box here. You only get 3 rockets. I don't know how low that heavy was. I probably could check that, but I missed it. If he was a bit, if it was lower health, you could have potentially killed him with a 4th rocket. It's sometimes worth swapping to stock just for that extra. As someone who doesn't play a lot of comp soldier, direct hit, that's good. I was going to say you want to be on direct hit straight away. As someone who doesn't play a lot of comp soldier, it's quite difficult to decide when you should be on stock versus black box. I know black box is incredibly good with conch in particular, but the 4th rocket comes in more handy when you're killing heavies, overhealed soldiers, you know, the classes that you're expected to sometimes fight. Another thing to mention, you'd be better off with gunboats on this, because then you can get behind them and potentially just completely disregard the sentry, go after the teleporter, or pick people off on your own. Generally your role is to get rid of the sentry with the direct hit, which is, I'm assuming, what you're about to do. So I don't need a demo UI because I've just rambled through all of that. Take the scoreboard off. Let's see how you're doing. 3rd, that's high up for a soldier. Also you have quite a high ping. I don't know if that's just region. Ah, here's conch. I don't know why you're on conch with direct hit. It's very easy to build, but you can build buff banner as quick, generally, if you're aiming your rockets well. Conch is fine for defense, you know, you can use it in a defensive manner. There's nothing wrong with it in that situation. Now, you should have your engineer here supporting you with minis while you're doing this. Yeah. The engineer with minis denies the scout from pushing up, and then you can freely direct hit the sentry. I think he was pushing the cart at the time, which isn't super important on first point. It's more clear out their engineer, get rid of the teleporter, get rid of the sentry, and then you've got the point cleared. Are you swapping loadouts? I can't tell what you're on because you're swapping it too quickly. How about I hit F? You are on stock shotgun, I'm guessing. Here you're challenging a sniper, which is fine with the direct hit. It's just kind of risky for your health. Demo's being annoying, but you're dodging nicely. Pyro's reflecting some of your rockets. You're getting a bit of spam out, but you need the engineer with you, really. Although your team seems to be capping it past the sentry. And here's the age-old problem of scout versus soldier with a rocket launcher that doesn't have splash damage as your eyes roll about in the back of your head. You need Texas man support on that left flank generally, or that right flank. A dispenser down the cart track gives him an unlimited supply of metal generally. And you're back to stock, which is a good choice. There's nothing wrong with stock. Black box has the extra survivability, but I'm not sure what situation it's generally better for. You probably want to look into a guide for that, and you probably should have taken the high ground as a soldier. That's the main thing you do. You should be on their cliff right now. You don't want to just all pile down cart track. That's not a wise choice generally. You want to take the high ground. That's where you belong pretty much. In the air is better, but high ground is as viable. You can rocket jump along this wall like you're about to do apparently. So this is better, although you are attempting to challenge the medic yet. No. You've got the med at least, but don't pull out the shovel. Unless you know for a fact you're 100% definitely going to get that kill with a market gardener, don't pull out the market gardener. It's a bit gimmicky. Only a little bit. There's possibilities in it, yes, but it's a bit gimmicky. Slightly gimmicky. There's some lag spikes. The play's been solid though for a soldier. Get rid of the sentry, good. You want to kill the nearest threat to you, which would probably be the heavy, who's dead anyway. Roof. Go roof now, you're being overhealed, go. Get up there. Stop them from even considering building up there. You're fighting the soldier here, you could potentially go behind them. I think you're on gunboats now. Yes. Just, okay. Going towards their spawn, that's good. Going for third, I'm guessing, getting in the loft before the engineer gets there. No? Oh, that's kind of risky. You can just wait in that loft area for their engineer to try and build on third, but you're trying to go behind for a quick play on someone here, and you're going to get caught out probably. And you get out. Just watch for their soldier. You got third loft, that's good. You want to be up here. Waiting for the med. Nice, good pick. That was well played. It's cheeky and potentially cheap as fuck to sort of wait for picks, but their team should know that you're a soldier around them. And this is some risky shit right here. Oh, Soldier's 46. That was some nice dodging on the rockets. That was good. I like your play. It's Roma style, and I'm assuming you probably play Roma in sixes to some extent, because this is sort of sixes style gameplay. It works quite effectively on less coordinated teams, but the more coordinated the team is, the less likely you are to get anything from picks from behind. Yeah, your rocket jumping's decent. You could have waited for forward spawns potentially there if you knew your team was going to get that, as you're about to walk into the locker room anyway. So, run a banner on defense. People are forced to push into you unless it's an Uber. You can just get free damage off on them, and 4 well-placed rockets is a conch, which is it's almost a given as long as you play somewhat passively and don't feed the pyro and or have to fight the pyro. And in the situation where you're in the back of second, you had that opportunity to build probably 2 or 3 banners the amount of damage you were spitting out. I think something ridiculous like that. Shooting that teleporter was pretty pointless. You want to get the spam down on the engineer. Demo comes to challenge you. This should be... oh, the scout's here now. You may have got the demo there, but the scout unluckily respawned. That was decent play getting behind them. You can spam from map room, but the gun will generally cover map room. And your team appears to be about to win it. So, don't know what more I can add. Banner on second works okay. Surprise soldier who dies to a mini with probably about 8 health left. You got the damage out that stopped him from coming up behind, and that's the game. That was quick. Solid. Oh, holding tab apparently cycles through every single console command you've ever typed. Yeah, banner on defense, and if there's medium packs on the map, you don't necessarily need gunboats. You'll take about 40 damage per rocket jump, so it'd be 80 to get back, or about 80-ish to get back there. If you jump from second, because one for the roof and then another one for the back area. That's easily enough to pick up, and then you can just sort of fight from there with your Black Box Conch combo. Or Black Box Buff Banner. Conch is the best choice generally in most situations due to the fact it's ridiculously easy to build compared to the other two. Battalion's backup is incredibly situational, and Buff Banner is good, but you want to try and use it with your team around you, although your rockets you get decent benefits from it. You know, cross-map sniping and all that with them. You're not guaranteed, you're unlikely to win most fights with a scout 1v1 with a direct hit, but you can work on that. Direct hit is a good choice for the first point of most maps to get rid of the sentry. It depends what the map is, and it depends how sort of wedged in the sentry is. If your team's really struggling, swapping to the direct hit can be the sort of break they need, and it can put a bit of extra pressure on the engineer. Your engineer should be on the right side with him, which I think I did mention in the video. I don't recall. Pushing the cart can be reserved solely for the scout's job due to the fact when it gets to the end of that tunnel it's completely useless because the sentry gun will generally cover it on its own. You can ninja cap it, which I believe your team kind of partially did. Anyway, play was solid. Try not to be too aggressive, you'll get caught out like you did in a couple of situations. The first point was unlucky, the backstab was probably not meant for you. Spy saw an opportunity and took it. A little bit of passivity goes a long way, and use the conch as your sort of time for aggression rather than just pushing in for the sake of pushing in. The medic heavy thing that happened there, I don't even know. But other than that, yeah, it's very solid. If you like rocket jumping and sink jumping and all that sort of thing, you'll enjoy stuff like Viaduct, because you can just get on their cliff and just wreak absolute havoc. It's glorious, but terrible at the same time, because people will hate it. You seem to deal well with the flanks. The scout gave you a bit of trouble with your on direct hit, and that's fair. And yeah, you would doing significantly better than their soldier. I'm assuming you're in a sixes team. I'd like to know that from you, if you don't mind, because I'm kind of interested, because your sort of flank play and the fact that you're relatively good at rocket jumping and that you know sort of you've run gunboats, which is, it screams Roma. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this was useful. If not, let me know in the comments, and yeah, feel free to criticize or scrutinize or shout back at me. It's a two-way street, not a one-way street. I'm not here to just say, oh, you did this wrong, do this, do this, do this. It was very solid overall for an iron soldier. Anyway, thanks very much for watching.